hard to recall exactly when you learned particular things.
Yes. Had it come to light by this stage, so August, September, that some $90,000 had come from the Workplace Reform Association to acquire the Kerr Street property?
I don't remember.
Well, was it put to you that some of the funds to acquire the property had come from the slush fund, if I can call it that Miss Gillard had set up?
I don't remember.
Was the real problem that was being raised the concern that union money may have been diverted into the incorporated association?
I think that was one of the concerns.
Well, you used the word corrupt use of the money. What was said to you to develop that proposition? Why was that suspicion?
Well, the other thing which occurred at the same time are the matters that I dealt with later in my statement, about which I cannot inform you because of privilege.
Yes.
That too was informing the discussion about what Julia Gillard did or didn't do.
But that really, without delving into the detail of the advice, which for the reason you've indicated you don't want to travel into, that really dealt with a different matter, didn't it? That related to the possibility that funds had been moved in a particular way in 1995 or later. The point that you're reverting to in 3.4 is a concern that had begun to be aired by some partners of the firm about Ms Gillard's involvement in the conveyance of the property at 85 Kerr Street, Fitzroy. And what I was endeavouring to explore with you is what precisely was the concern in relation to that conveyance that was aired.
Well, I think all I can say is if Mr Wilson had been involved in wrongdoing later, what had occurred earlier was the question that was swirling around Slater and Gordon at that point.
What had occurred earlier was the question swirling around Slater and Gordon.
Well,
what was the question swirling around Slater and Gordon?
Well, you're inquiring into privileged matters.
No, I'm not. The privileged matters relate to what occurred in 1995. I'm actually asking you about the concern about the conveyance, which was in 1993.
Well, what you can't do, I don't think, Mr Stoljar, is separate the two, because what was concerning the partners was the relationship of Julia with Mr Wilson and what Mr Wilson may or may not have been up to.